Okay, i-recap natin yung Game 1 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals between TNT and Barangay Ginebra ngayong Biyernes. Ano bang date ang Biyernes? March 14, 2025. Ako po si Ruben Terrado at ito, kung sakaling hindi nyo napanood yung game or if napanood ninyo, gusto nyong balikan. Ito, usapan natin, no, yung mga key stats sa game number 1 between TNT and Barangay Ginebra and bakit nga ba nanalo yung TNT over Ginebra. So, ito yung mga key stats of the game. First up is discuss natin yung mainit na performance ni Roger Pugoy no first quarter, no. He finished with 15 points in game 1, 5 of 10 from 3-point range pero mainit yung kanyang first quarter, no? 3 of 4 from threes. Tatlong tres ng first quarter. Actually, sunod-sunod yan, no? During the first quarter, tatlong sunod-sunod na tres yung na ibuslo ni RR Pugoy. At dahil dyan, lumamang sila by, I think, 20-16. Parang ganun yung naging kalamangan ng TNT after nitong tatlong sunod-sunod na tres ni RR Pugoy at hindi na nakalapit yung Barangay Ginebra at tuloy-tuloy na yung kalamangan ng TNT sa Game 1 dahil nga dun sa pinakitang shooting ni RR Pugoy nung first quarter. Actually, yung TNT, no, as a team, at the end of the first quarter, they made 8 of 13 from 3. So napakalaking bagay talaga yun, no? Kasi usually, if we see sa ibang games, 8 for the game na yan sa ibang teams But for TNT, yung 8 na yun sa first quarter lang nila naibuslo yun. At dahil nga naka-score sila ng 8 threes nung first quarter, lumamang sila 29-18. At eventually na-sustain din yan ng TNT dahil kay Ronde Hollis Jefferson dahil gumawa siya ng 18 points noong second quarter. And he later finished with 34 points para tulungan yung TNT sa panalo, no. Actually, hindi natin nailagay dito, no, na halos triple-double na, muntik na mag-triple-double si RHJ. He also had 13 rebounds and 8 assists. So talagang all-around effort yung ginawa ni Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Meron din siya mga clutch baskets no fourth quarter, no, medyo dumidikit na yung Ginebra over TNT nung mga bandang fourth quarter. Ang daming mga pamatay sunog na tira itong si Ronde Hollis Jefferson. So, keep note pala, no, 48 minutes naglaro si Ronde Hollis Jefferson, so walang pahinga. Hindi natin nalagay dito, no, na gumawa rin yung the likes of Calvin Oftana and Reynang Batak. Meanwhile, at the half nga, dahil nga dun sa 18 points ni Ronde Hollis Jefferson ay lumamang ang Ginebra 55-39 at the half. And then eventually, to begin the third quarter ay naka-layup si Hollis Jefferson, si RHJ. At dahil dyan, lumamang na ang TNT by 18 points, 57-39. So yun na yung pinakamalaking kalamangan ng TNT sa larong ito. So sobrang laki na nung lamang nila. At kahit pa na humabol itong Hinebra nung third quarter and even nung fourth quarter, napababa pa nila, I believe there was a time na parang 8 na lang yung lamang ng TNT. Ito po yung medyo late. Ito na yung medyo early in the fourth pala ito, no? Kasi bumaba pa yung lamang ng TNT to, I believe, 4 points nung mga final seconds. But noong kalagitnaan ng fourth quarter ay parang 8 na lang yung lamang ng TNT pero nakabuslo ng mga malalaking puntos itong si Ronde Hollis Jefferson and even si Calvin Oftana, Glenn Cobuntin, and itong si Reynang Batak, no? Ito, at the end of the game, nabagit nga natin 8 of 13 from threes no first quarter yung TNT. Eventually, they finished with 14 of 37 from threes. Hindi lang si RR Pugo yung nag-contribute dito. Kasama na nga rin dun, yung katulad ng nabanggit ko, si Calvin Oftana and Reynang Batak. And even Kelly Williams had 2 threes apiece, no, in this game. And even nga si Glenn Cobontin nagkaroon ng 2 threes din sa larong ito. So talagang ang daming mga players ng TNT na naka-convert from the outside. Nabagit nga natin kanina, no? yung sinasabi ko na napababa na ng Hinebra yung kalamangan to 8 points, ay bigla namang umiscore ng mga tres itong si Calvin Oftana, si Glenn Cobontin, and even si Kim Aurin nakascore din ng isang tres doon sa isang stretch ng fourth quarter na kung saan dahil doon ay dumayo na naman yung TNT over Barangay Ginebra. So actually yun yung story of the game, no? Yung outside shooting ng TNT. Like I said, 14 of 37 from threes, yan talaga yung naging storya ng larong ito. And then, after the game nga, nung natalo nga yung Hinebra, syempre, kinamusta natin si Troy Rosario, no? Dahil nga na alam natin na nung Game 5 ay nagkaroon siya ng ankle sprain at nabanggit nga niya sa atin na iniinda pa rin niya ito, no? Sabi nga niya, he only practiced yesterday, pero in the whole week, ay nag-concentrate siya sa pagre-rehab, no? Ng kanyang ankle sprain na obviously, dahil nga hirap siya maglaro kanina ay na ano pa rin siya, he's still hurting from that sprained ankle. Troy Rosade finished with 8 points but he only grabbed 2 rebounds, which is one of his lowest outputs, no? I believe his lowest output na ito, no? Uh, in his time with Barangay Ginebra. So sabi nga niya, binanggit nga niya kasi kinamusta rin natin si Troy Rosario kung kamusta siya, at sabi nga niya ay yung ankle sprain niya ay nandun pa rin, no? And well, to be fair with Troy Rosario, banggitin na rin natin kasi marami tayong nababasang comments na excuses to ni Troy Rosario. Well, to be fair with him, no, hindi naman siya gumagawa ng excuse kasi as a reporter kanina, tinanong namin si Troy Rosario kung kamusta yung kanyang ankle dahil nga na-injured siya nung Game 5 of the semifinals. At ito yung nasagot niya na he is still hurting, no? Nandun pa rin yung kanyang sprained ankle. So, hindi naman siya gumagawa ng excuse. Sabi nga niya, ay ilalaro pa rin niya ito kahit na masakit dahil nga finals na ito eh. So, yeah, he will go all out. Um, in fact, no, before game 1 na nagkaroon siya ng painkiller, no? Nag-take siya ng painkiller in order for him to play na para at least hindi ganun kasakit yung kanyang sprained ankle. But admittedly, sabi niya, pag tumatalon siya, yung landing, doon niya nararamdaman yung sakit. So, yun yung isa sa mga rason kung bakit 2 rebounds ang kanyang naitala for this game. But he's not making an excuse. To make things clear, gusto nga rin niyang talagang ilalaro pa rin niya over the course of the final series itong kanyang injury, no, dahil nga finals na. So, we expect Troy Rosario to play in the following games. But kung 100% siya, it remains to be seen. And yun, nabanggit natin kung shooting prowess ng TNT, no? In game 1, kabaliktaran naman yung nangyari sa game ng Ginebra, which saw Justin Brownlee and RJ Abarrientos combining for only 2 of 11 from threes, no? Justin Brownlee had 1 of 5 and RJ Abarrientos 1 of 6 from threes. Hindi pa natin naisama dito si Stephen Holt, 1 of 4 from threes. Talaga nag-struggle ang Barangay Ginebra. Shooting wise, only shooting 7 of 28 from threes, no? And well, uncharacteristic yan, no? Especially kay Justin Brownlee, no? 1 of 5 from threes. Although, maganda yung kanyang laro actually. 28 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Pero, of course, ang inaasahan ng lahat kay Justin Brownlee ay kanyang 3-point shooting, which is down to 1 of 5 nga in game 1. So, kung meron mang i-improve sa game, sa Ginebra, it's their shooting. So, yun nga, dahil nga 7 of 28 lang from threes ang Barangay Ginebra. And then siguro, another noteworthy fact kanina nung game 1, no, 11,802 ang nanood sa Mall of Asia Arena in game 1, which is a good size crowd na rin, no, dahil nga ito yung parang first game ng PBA sa MOA Arena in 10 months. So, of course, understandably, 11,802 dahil nga naglalaro yung Barangay Ginebra, the crowd favorite nga dito sa PBA. But still, a good size crowd, no? especially this conference na may mga nakikita tayong games na talagang konti yung nanonood. Admittedly naman, nakikita natin yan sa crowd sa PBA na may mga games na konti, but it's a good sign no, na 11,800 to watch yung game 1 of the finals. So, I think one of the highest yan, no? I think the last time was na yung pinakamataas was 22-23 Commissioner's Cup, Game 5. Parang nagkaroon nata ng 21,000 no. We'll check on the facts later on but nasa ganong numero no. Basta Game 5 ay umabot din sa 20,000 mahigit yung nanood nung laban na ang Ginebra and Bay Area noong 2022 to 23 Commissioner's Cup. So game 2, we move on to game 2 and that will happen on Sunday, March 16 sa Mall of Asia Arena again, 7:30 p.m. And TNT will eye for a 2-0 lead in the best of 7 championship series. Ito namang Ginebra will be trying to tie the series up at 1-1 again on Sunday, March 16 sa MOA Arena uli. So yun, dyan tatapos ang ating recap ng Game 1. Ano po tingin yung nangyari sa Game 1? Ano yung takeaways ninyo sa game na yun? Just comment down below and we will read your comments and siguro pag may time talaga pag-uusapan natin yan in the other videos, no? So that's it for now, no? And hope you enjoyed game number 1. Whether you're a TNT fan, definitely you enjoyed the game. Or Barangay Ginebra, syempre you're hoping na maging iba na yung magiging resulta ng game number 2. Okay, in the meantime, no, pag for more interviews about game 1, just check our YouTube channel, no. For more interviews, meron tayong interview kay Troy Rosario. And yung post-game interview with Coach Chot Reyes and Ronde Hollis Jefferson, and then si Coach Tim and si Roger Pogoy. No, meron tayo dyan sa ating YouTube channel. So that's it, our recap. Dyan na nagtatapos and we will see you in game 2. And again, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. And like, share, and subscribe. And basahin nyo na rin po yung mga recaps natin and stories sa spin.ph. So that's it, no? Ako po si Ruben Terrado and we will see you next time po sa ating YouTube channel. And have a great day, everyone.